Nowadays, in Japan, it says that 1/3 of married couples divorce. Among both men and women, the most famous reason is they are not compatible. Their love has disappeared or they hate each other a lot. Before, I made a video and the title was The Reason Why Foreigners Shouldn't Marry Japanese Women. Of course, many feminists sent me a DM saying you are a misogynist. Even though I replied to them with a link to another video I made called The Reason Why Foreigners Shouldn't Marry Japanese Men and said I talk about both the men's and the women's side, they never reply. Even though I also made fun of the men a lot, they were not angry. They are man haters. So today I'll talk about why foreigners shouldn't marry Japanese men or women. Please judge for yourself which are worse and let me know in the comments below. Meshida jokes about Japan. Hey guys, it's Meshida. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm a comedian and I introduce funny Japanese culture. If you are interested in that, please subscribe to my channel. And I have a Patreon account, Meshida Academia. If you don't know Patreon, it's basically a way to support your favorite creators by giving them a certain amount of money each month so they can make more of the content you love. So far, I was able to earn money through a writing and editing job and my financial status was stable. But suddenly, that contract ended. I needed to do the impossible and earn money as a comedian. So from now on, I'll be more active on Patreon and I'll make special content for Patreon members. For example, videos of Meshida's stand-up comedy routine in Tokyo, companion pieces to Meshida's YouTube videos, videos on erotic culture that YouTube doesn't allow, Meshida's vlog about current issues in Japan. Currently, YouTube's policies are very strict and censor many topics, so I'll make videos and talk about the things that I cannot discuss on YouTube through my Patreon. If you want to watch more of my content, please become a Meshida Academia member. I'm looking forward to sharing funny things about Japan. And I started a Let's Ask Meshida service. If you buy this ticket, you can talk with Meshida on Zoom privately for 50 minutes. You can ask anything you want. Meshida. When Japanese men find a woman they want to date, they do their best to get her attention. They treat her like a princess and ask her on dates and pay for everything. After they start dating, they are still gentle. They buy expensive presents and surprisingly celebrate anniversaries and other special dates. When you are dating a Japanese man, you definitely think Japanese men are the best. They are like princes. But after getting married, they change into a demanding king. The Japanese marriage system is a total opposite to Disney. Instead of becoming a princess, you turn into a housemaid. Actually, Japanese husbands are more like evil fairy godmothers. Then, after having a kid, your Japanese husband will turn into a second bigger kid. You not only have to take care of them, but also they cannot manage money. So you have to give them an allowance and control their finances too. After getting married to a Japanese man, you will become his housekeeper. And after having kids, you will become his mother too. It's like being a bangmaid, but worse. Meshida. After getting married, Japanese women evolve 3 levels like Pokemon and become ferocious. Before getting married, when you are dating, Japanese women are very cute and kind. This aspect of Japanese women is well known all over the world and fascinates foreign men. When it comes to Pokemon, they are Charmander. They are also cute and we want to hug them. Then, after getting married, they become Charmeleons and their self-assertion becomes stronger. After having kids, they become monsters like Charizard and breathe fire. They order their husbands around and their husbands are afraid to talk back and just obey their orders. Many Japanese middle-aged salarymen go drinking until late at night after working because in their house there is a monster.
Meshida.
Japanese husbands are famous for not doing housework. The Ministry of Health, Labor and Welfare looked at for parents who have kids under 6 years old how long they each spend on housework and childcare in a day. They reported that Japanese husbands spend 1 hour and 7 minutes a day, while Japanese wives spend 7 hours and 41 minutes. It's obvious that among developed countries, the time Japanese husbands spend on housework and childcare is the lowest. But in Asia, it is average. I think this data is wrong. When husbands do housework and childcare, they need their wives' support and guidance. So they have to add the time to wives that husbands spend. So wives don't spend 7 hours 41 minutes. They spend 8 hours and 48 minutes on housework, childcare, and husband care. Even if they are double income parents, husbands only spend 1 hour and 10 minutes, while wives spend 6 hours and 8 minutes doing housework and childcare. Although many Japanese wives work part-time, it's obvious that Japanese husbands don't provide a lot of support. So, after getting married and having kids, you should raise not only your kids, but also your fucking husband. As you already know, for Japanese husbands, your kid is basically his sibling. He only plays with them when he wants to.
Meshida.
In Western countries, housewives are regarded as unemployed and socially vulnerable. But in Japan, housewife is regarded as a profession, and that's employer. Japanese housewives dominate their family and chisel money out of their husbands. In Japan, we still have a slavery system. It is called marriage. In Japan, marriage means a system of slavery between housewives and husbands. In Western countries, married couples are a partnership, and the husband and wife both work full-time and often have a shared bank account. It's very common. But in Japan, we think that those kinds of married couples are fake. In Japan, traditionally, after marriage, wives manage all the money in the family. Japanese wives are like yakuza bosses. They see their families as subordinates and force them to pay all their earnings to their family. So, Japanese husbands receive their salary from their official boss and pay it all to their actual boss. And any money left over is spent on hostesses.
Meshida.
There are 3 reasons why Japanese husbands don't do housework. First, they work a lot. Compared to other developed countries, Japanese people work long hours. Usually, the Japanese husband's excuse is that they are too busy to do housework. This is the most famous phrase they say. I am working hard in a company, so please let me rest when at home. To give this excuse to their wives, Japanese husbands have many inefficient, long meetings and work inefficiently until late at night. After working, they go drinking and go back home late. Then they can avoid doing housework and childcare. Even with all the overtime, Japanese companies' work is much easier than housework and childcare. Second, Japanese husbands are so selfish. Their priority is not their family, it's their pleasure. The worst thing is, even though they go drinking or play golf with their coworkers for fun, they always make the excuse that it is part of work. I have to go there out of a sense of duty. Nowadays, among Japanese wives, the Japanese word one-ope ikuji or solo operation childcare in English is very popular. Many wives tweet this and criticize their husbands. But recently, tweets show that many wives realize they are busier and feel more irritated if their useless husband is at home over the weekend. Third, there is a thought that this is a traditional Japanese marriage system. You maybe cannot believe this. But according to a Ministry of Health, Labor and Welfare report, 45% of Japanese men and women agree that men should earn money outside and women should do housework. The real meaning of diversity means understanding different cultures and customs. Japanese husbands want to support women in this endeavor.
Meshida.
Nowadays, among married couples, 30% of wives are professional housewives, and among double-income married couples, 58% are working part-time. So, 70% of Japanese wives are professional housewives or part-timers. I understand that Japanese men are not helpful in parenting, but also Japanese women don't want to work hard after marriage. The OECD reported the World Gender Gap Rankings, and unfortunately, Japan is ranked 120th. So, people in developed countries look down on Japan as a country where women don't have rights. They think if women can be promoted like men and get a good salary even after getting married and having kids, they will be happy. But I think Western people always impose their values on us. But unfortunately, many Japanese women are different. They don't want to work so hard. They want to go to cafes and hang out with their housewife friends using their husband's money. If there is a world housewife power ranking, Japan definitely will be number one. Many Western people cannot believe this. Many young Japanese women still want to be housewives. Unfortunately, nowadays in Japan, salaries are low and it's very difficult to find a good husband or wallet.
Meshida.
Japanese husbands don't know how to do housework and childcare. When they were kids, all house chores were done by their mothers. So they believe that housework and childcare skills are installed in only women. So women can do it automatically. As a result, even if they try to help, they don't know how to, and the more they try to help, the more work wives have. Japanese husbands are like American politicians in the Middle East. When they try to help it, they make it worse. They are completely useless.
Meshida.
Many Japanese women's main purpose in getting married is to have kids and raise them successfully. So their husband is just a tool to help them have babies and protect them. After getting married to a Japanese woman, you are not a boyfriend anymore. You become a husband and have sex to get kids. Then, after having kids, you become an ATM. Every month, your wife withdraws all your salary forcibly. You cannot change your password. And instead, you are given an allowance every month. The average allowance fee is 35,000 yen a month in Japan. The percentage they take is unbelievable. You would get better rates investing your money in Russia. If there is a world husband power ranking, Japan will definitely be the worst. You will be ranked the same as the male praying mantis.
Meshida.
The main reason why Japanese men get married is to have a housekeeper and mother for them. As you already know, Japanese husband is a second child and more selfish than your actual real kids. You cannot imagine having sex with your selfish big kid and never get horny over his small banana. And your husband also regards you as his mother, so wants to avoid seeing his mother naked. If they imagine that, they feel bad. As a result, Japanese parents become sexless. Instead, they become a real family. Then, Japanese husbands become like teenage kids. They start dating a girlfriend secretly.
Meshida.
It says that among Japanese married couples, 61% of men and 64% of women are sexless. So, you could say that in Japan, the sexless problem is not a problem. It's a Japanese custom. Because after having kids, we Japanese married couples become a real family. We never act like a couple in front of our kids, and we feel we cannot have sexual relations with a family member. We cannot imagine it. And of course, we cannot have sex with an ATM. Japanese women don't take up a career in society. Instead, they become CEO of their family and force their husbands to be workaholics and control them secretly. Unlike America, Japanese society is not controlled by the deep state. Our society is controlled by housewives or house yakuza.
飯だ
Thank you very much for watching this video. If you like this video, please like and subscribe to my channel. So see you soon. Bye bye.